Welcome to River Tales. River Tales is a 30-minute program that will introduce you to fascinating people, take you to interesting places, and enlighten you on important events that happen in our region. River Tales is sponsored by Southeast Missouri Hospital.
It just isn't right. Something has to be done. Talk to someone in accounting, get it figured out.
I'll get right on it. Your 930's here?
Oh, great, send them in. Hiya, Mitchell, right? Nice to meet you.
There's a better way to deal with your back problems. Visit southeastmissourihospital.com and learn how our minimally invasive surgical options can make back pain go away for good. Southeast Missouri Hospital, a healthier look at healthcare.
On this edition of River Tales, we'll start with a cup of coffee and some original music, then over to Southeast Missouri State for a visit with two nationally known political insiders. We'll talk some new ideas for downtown Cape area, and we'll end with a race around the track with Cape Girardeau Roller Girls. Stay tuned to River Tales.
Southeast Missouri Hospital opened the area's first heart hospital, and we were the first in Southeast Missouri with an accredited chest pain center.
That means we'll be able to take our second honeymoon.
Southeast is the only hospital in the region to be named a Blue Distinction Center for Cardiac Care by Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
That means I was there to see my son graduate from college.
We achieved the HealthGrade's Patient Safety Excellence Award.
That means I'm still my daughter's favorite coach.
Why do the people of Southeast Missouri Hospital work so hard to be leaders in treating chest pain? Because of what it means to the people who come from outside our hospital.
Know the early warning signs of a heart attack and understand your risks for heart disease. Visit Southeast Missouri Hospital on the web or call our health line. See what makes us the region's most trusted source for heart care.
Broadway Books and Roasting Company is a local shop that not only brews up a great cup of coffee, but has become home to local artists who have a stage and an audience for open mic night every Friday.
Business at Broadway Books and Roasting for 5 years, 4 years actually with actual operation. We have open mic here every Friday from 7:30 until about 10, unless it's a holiday or it's fall break or something. If the university is shut down, we usually don't do it, but it's every Friday night. So. And it depends on what you're looking for. If you want to come here on Friday night for a calm, peaceful drinking coffee night, you won't find that here because it's usually pretty crowded. But if you're coming to socialize and meet people and stuff, it's a great Friday night, I think.
Broadway Books and Roasting is by far the best thing you can possibly do in this town, especially on a Friday night. Open mic night's just fantastic because people who've never played before or need more experience, or even people who've been playing a really long time can all get together and perform. And it's a safe environment. There's no bottle throwing. There's no angry people. There's no putting anybody down. And it's just a fantastically swell time. And I'm really glad that BBRC hosts it because other than that, I wouldn't know what to do on a Friday night.
I have fun here. I perform here. Great environment, great people, great sounds, all natural talent everywhere. I've been coming here for like a year and a half now. It's great talent, great coffee, good food. But overall, it's a good place to be. I mean, if you just want a, good local environment to chill at if you're in college and stuff like that. I mean, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
I think open mic just got started by us having artists come by the shop and casually play, and then people would kind of gather around and listen. And I kind of saw what a good connection that made with people and how comfortable they felt, the artists and the people, the customers. So we just decided to try it, and nobody else was doing open mic, so just just accidentally, really.
This place represents something that's dying in America. Good coffee, good people, and good music.
I just love the atmosphere of Broadway Books. I don't know, the first time I came here I noticed like the warm, inviting atmosphere, and it's such just an inspiring place of artists, and you know, everyone's accepted just to become whoever they are.
The one main rule we have for open mic night and every day that we're open is respect. The people that work for me have to respect the people that come in, our customers. The people that listen for open mic have to be respectful of the artist. The majority of open mic night is students from the university. A lot of the theater department and art students participate, and so we're very happy to have that part here and give them an opportunity to perform. We love having them come. So we have several that are pretty consistent, I think, that play every Friday night. I would say probably half of them are people that return almost every Friday. So yeah.
I try to perform every week, so mostly every week. There's sometimes that I don't, but mostly every week. Well, actually, there's a rule here. There's no covers allowed. They were contacted by one record company or another stating that if covers were going to be performed at their open mic, then they would have to pay royalty fees, and instead of dealing with all that, we have made open mic all originals. Even outside of that, though, I don't perform covers, so I only do originals. I like the intimacy of it, the fact that it is such a small space and the crowd is right there. Good atmosphere, good crowd most of the time, and really, really talented musicians.
I come every single Friday to open mic night. I will probably be performing in November because I'm writing a piece for my brother who's going to Iraq soon.
It's part of my mission to get to know the people that walk through the door, because I live here, so this is kind of like my home. Well, it is my home, and everyone that comes here is part of my family. So I have different levels of how I know people, but I have a connection with everybody that comes in the door, I think. My favorite part for open mic is seeing the confidence that the kids gain. And I see them grow in that. When they first perform, they're a little shaky and not real sure. And then before the semester's over or the year's over or they return next year, they're a whole different person. And so that gives me a lot of satisfaction, I think, to see that.
I will be a star.
I will be an entrepreneur.
I will build your home.
I will teach a child.
I will grow the world's food.
I will help those in need.
I will protect you from danger. I will save lives.
I will.
I will.
I will.
I will because of Southeast.
Because of Southeast Missouri State University.
Roy, is that smoke?
Oh, that? It's just a little fire. No biggie.
Aren't you gonna do something?
Nah, I'm gonna wait a bit, see what happens.
Roy, your house is on fire. Dial 911.
I don't want to bother anyone. It'll just cause a big commotion.
I have to get some help.
Ignoring chest pains is just as ridiculous. It could be a heart attack.
Hey, Jim.
Learn more at southeastmissourihospital.com.
Each year, Southeast Missouri State University sponsors a speaker series that brings a variety of experts, entertainers, and politicians to campus. This year's series began with two well-known political experts and their take on national politics.
Each year, the Southeast Missouri State Speaker Series is composed of a wide variety of well-known figures in society who share their experiences and areas of expertise with students, faculty, and members of the community. The university has made it a tradition of kicking off the Speaker Series by inviting two prominent political figures to speak on the current state of politics. Dex Tuttle, the Assistant Director of Campus Life, is responsible for coordinating the University Speaker Series and expressed the importance of including political figures in the lineup.
Well, we're very fortunate to have the funding to be able to bring in these types of speakers, and we try to spread that out a little bit. As you know, there's a lot of people that we could invite to campus, but some of the topics we try to cover are something in wellness, something in diversity, kind of a social sort of thing, and one of the things we always try to cover is a political event. We invited Pat Buchanan and Tom Daschle to come in really just to give us their thoughts on the state of politics in general. There's a lot of issues that Americans are concerned about.
Well, I don't know that there's been a more challenging time in recent years especially, but I would say almost in my lifetime. I'm a baby boomer. I was born right after World War II, and I have to say, I think this is as challenging a time for our country and the world as we've seen.
I think you see a sense of disillusionment with the parties and even with the system. And I think the Tea Party is a healthy thing in the sense that these people are frustrated. Maybe some of them are whining, but they are worried about their future. They're worried about the country. They're worried about the deficit. They're worried about the debt. And this is all understandable, and they don't see answers forthcoming.
Both Tom Daschle and Pat Buchanan felt that it was very important to speak on college campuses.
It is really important to engage students. I mean, when we talk about where this country is going to go, it's campuses like Southeast that are going to provide the leadership to get there, whether it's in business or in government, or communities, across the board. Our intellectual capacity and our opportunities to really provide good leadership is going to come from campuses just like this. So I get energized, and I think it's as much a learning experience for me as it is perhaps the other way around. But part of the reason we come, or I come, is because I think when you're going to the real heart of, you know, Krista McAuliffe, the teacher who was an astronaut, said, "I touch the future, I teach." And I think if you really want to touch the future, you come to campuses because that's where the future lies.
I've seen surveys that show that for the first time, Americans believe that the younger generation is not going to do as well as they did. And I think the younger generation ought to be able to question and talk to the older generation and ask why, what happened, what went wrong if something went wrong, and how do we right it? And if you folks made some mistakes, what were they? And so I think that exchange is important because I mean, the baby boomers, and certainly my generation, which is just before that, did very well, had a great, successful, won the Cold War and all the rest of it. But as we were talking at dinner, there's some tough times and some grim challenges ahead for this generation, and it's not ordained in the nature of things that the United States is going to prevail in all of them.
Ashley Weder, the Student Issues Chair for Southeast Student Government Association, expressed her thoughts on the Speaker Series.
The Southeast Speaker Series is so much more than a 1-hour speech or a 2-hour debate. Students get a chance to meet these people on a personal level. They get to go and shake their hands, share refreshments with them, ask them questions about, you know, whatever their expertise is on. So the Speaker Series is a very beneficial program for the students, and what better way to spend the student fees. A lot of students don't know what's going on in regards to current issues nationally, regionally, locally. So this gives students an opportunity to find out, okay, these are the issues at hand and this is how they affect me personally.
In 2008, and virtually the whole nation was reconciled to his leadership, and frankly, everybody was looking forward to it. And I think a lot of that hope and expectation and belief has really dissipated.
And across the board, the American people want to believe that there are still better days ahead, and they want to see the leadership in Washington address those challenges more successfully than either party's been able to address them so far.
I think 2011 is going to be a critical moment in American political history when we find out whether the two parties in Washington can work together to deal with this deficit debt crisis before it deals with us.
At Southeast Missouri Hospital, we perform thousands of life-improving joint replacements.
That means my knee is up and running again. We use MRI technology to custom fit joint replacements that match your individual body dynamics.
That means when I'm working out here, the only thing I feel is peaceful.
At Southeast Missouri Hospital, we employ state-of-the-art surgical techniques.
That means I was back on the job sooner. Not sure how my crew feels about that.
Why do the people of Southeast Missouri Hospital work so hard to be leaders in orthopedics? Because of what it means to the people who come from outside our hospital.
Patients scored Southeast in the 98th percentile nationally for quality of orthopedic care.
That means I'll be dancing with my daughter at her wedding.
Visit Southeast Missouri Hospital on the web or call our health line. See what makes us the region's most trusted source for orthopedic care.
At Southeast Missouri State University's River Campus this season, you'll find passion, friendship, tradition, swinging, classics, innovation, wit, laughs, and heart. All that's missing is you. Call 573-651-2265 to order your tickets today.
Marla Mills is the director of Old Town Cape and directs the strategies on how to maintain and grow the historic downtown area of Cape Girardeau.
Downtown is home to locally owned businesses that bring flavor and matchless experiences to Cape Girardeau. Downtown is home to history, a sense of individuality, and the mighty Mississippi. Old Town Cape helps to keep the downtown area beautiful, and Marla Mills is working with other merchants as well as volunteers.
Old Town Cape is a nationally accredited Main Street organization. We're a not-for-profit, and we currently are the only organization or entity that kind of represents the downtown. We also try to help make the businesses that we have in our downtown more successful. We provide some trainings and encourage them to, in ways that we think will help them make them, be a more successful business.
The DREAM Initiative is a program that was adopted in 2009. This project resulted in a strategic plan for downtown Cape.
DREAM was designated to the city of Cape, and so because it was a city designation, we as Old Town Cape were able to be a part of it through a partnership between the Chamber, the city, and Old Town Cape. What the idea of the initiative and what for us the biggest result was a downtown strategic plan. Cape Girardeau had never had a comprehensive strategic plan for the downtown area. We're very fortunate in Cape Girardeau to have a very large downtown. If you consider Broadway and the riverfront area and the area over by the river campus, all of that's part of our downtown. So we were able to incorporate those areas in the DREAM process and give us, which resulted in then a comprehensive plan for individually for each of those areas. Overall, the plan is intended to be used over a 5 to 10 year time frame, and then at that time to kind of re-look at that, review it, and maybe redo the strategic plan, incorporating what's already been accomplished. And we've already accomplished a lot of the plan. There were a top 10 goals identified through the plan, and we've already either actively worked on, accomplished, or am working toward more than half of those.
The Downtown Strategic Plan has many future developments and ideas, but one part of the plan has already been produced.
We have things like banners now that all tie together but really represent some of the areas in downtown in a little bit different way and are really moving toward giving that image of the downtown that the strategic plan calls for.
The Downtown Strategic Plan has implemented many future developments, including an aquarium and river research facility, the Fountain Street Extension, and an extension of the Arts District.
Well, one of the other things that we have been working on for a long time, it was included in the strategic plan, but the community was working on it prior to that, was the extension of Fountain Street, which is the Boulevard Street that's beside the river campus, and now it's being extended from Morgan Oak to William Street, and as a Boulevard Street, which means it's pavered and it has historic lighting and a kind of a center median. And, that is the new Fountain Street. The extension piece is really one of the best places in downtown that we have for new development. There, a lot of the, or most of the property on that new street is kind of a blank slate, and so there's no buildings there currently. You know, it's really ready for some kind of new development, and that's an opportunity that a lot of downtowns don't have. And so we wanted to accent that kind of piece with some public art.
An exciting plan for the downtown area is the aquarium and river research facility that is an ongoing project.
Currently, the city owns a piece of property that's being used as just public parking, and looking at how can we develop that area into a bigger destination. And one of the things they recommended is an aquarium, or and really more than just an aquarium. It's kind of a river research facility. As a community, our brand for Cape Girardeau is where the river turns 1,000 tales. We really tout the Mississippi River at, you know, we're a river community. For me, I think, you know, the biggest unforeseen benefit was really the partnerships that we formed, the contacts that we made that are, even though it was a 3-year initiative, which is now, you know, that time frame is now passed, we continue to have those partnerships, to carry those on, to move those forward, and we continue to have the contacts that we have both locally and at the state level.
The strategic plan will help change downtown Cape in the next 5 to 10 years, while still keeping the historic charm and individuality of this riverfront town.
Can you feel it? The drive, the endurance, the competition, the heart, the energy. There are more than 300 student athletes at Southeast Missouri State University working hard, achieving excellence in academics and athletics. Your support to the Southeast Booster Club provides scholarships, opportunities to pursue their dreams. Visit GoSoutheast.com or call 866-SEMO-TIK for more information.
If you have diabetes, join the movement to stop diabetes as a Red Strider at the American Diabetes Association's Step Out, Walk to Fight Diabetes. Sign up today at diabetes.org/redstrider.
We end our show with the only roller derby league in Southeast Missouri. The Cape Girardeau Roller Girls are hard hitters, fast rollers, and are dedicated to helping the community.
The Cape Girardeau Roller Girls is an organization that promotes athleticism, sportsmanship, community involvement, camaraderie, and entertainment. The members of the Cape Girardeau Roller Girls exemplify these qualities while balancing both professional and personal lives. The Cape Girardeau Roller Girls is made up of spirited members of the Southeast Missouri, Southern Illinois area. They are your friends, neighbors, co-workers, and families. They are mothers, college students, artists, teachers, and nurses. The Cape Girardeau Roller Girls hope to be an example of what women can accomplish through strength, teamwork, confidence, and dedication.
My name is Lindsay Randolph. My roller derby name is Alice Scullin, and I work at Fox 23 and My 49. I'm in the production department. I heard about the roller derby team through a friend, Gabrielle. She goes by Grenade O'Connor. I heard about it through her, and then I checked out the Facebook fan page and kind of learned a little bit and asked some of the girls if I could come watch a practice. And so I came and watched a practice one night and went home, and I ordered my gear that night and was practicing with them the next week. The game consists of 2 teams. There's 5 girls from each team on the track at once. There's 4 blockers from each team and 1 jammer. So that's 10 people total on the track. A whistle blows and all the blockers take off in a pack. And then once all of them pass the pivot line, 2 whistles blow and the jammers take off who are behind. And the jammers make it through the pack one time with using their teammates to get through and trying to get around the other team who is trying to knock them down and trying to block them. They make it through the pack one time, and then on their second time around, every girl they pass from the opposing team, they score a point for. So they're trying to dodge these girls and not get knocked down while scoring points and using their girls to get through. The advice that I would give to someone who wants to join the Cape Girardeau Roller Girls or any roller derby team would be to go to a bout, watch the game, see what you're getting yourself into, maybe go skate at a rink somewhere or outside. learn the rules, learn the game, and just skate. And then get a hold of someone, maybe come to a practice and see what goes on at practice and decide from there if it's for you or not.
The Cape Girardeau Roller Girls is completely member-owned and operated and not controlled or possessed by an outside individual or corporation. They adhere to all WFTDA, also known as the Women's Flat Track Derby Association rules and standards, and hope to become a WFTDA League member in the future.
My name is Ron Ruppel. My roller derby name is Jolly Dodger. My occupation is Psychiatric Aide 2 at Cottonwood Residential Treatment Center. It was not one of the ones that started. Upon finding out about it, I really wanted to be a referee though. So I started learning the rules and going to as many games as I could and helping out where I could. There are multiple levels to be a roller girl. You start out as fresh meat. You do not get a roller derby name. You pretty much stay on the sidelines, learn how to fall properly. We make sure that you're okay so that you may begin to test for level 1. To get ready for bouts and scrimmages, we do a lot of laps. We do what we call pyramids, which are just increasing number of drills. Basically, it's mostly just endurance, lots of endurance, because once we're out there bouting or scrimmaging, you have 2 minutes burst of energy, then you rest for 30 seconds, and then repeat until a half hour is up, and then you get to take like a 15-minute break. The most fun thing would have to be, you know, like the parade, the upcoming scrimmage. That's going to be a lot of fun. Anything that we get to do involving a crowd is a great time.
The Cape Girardeau Roller Girls provide an exciting physical outlet for the members to participate in, a method of community involvement and fast-paced entertainment on the track for all to enjoy.
I am Julie Moser, also known as Bobby Socks, and I work in retail management. We saw it, and it's insane. Like, there's no other sport like it. I mean, I can't play softball. I've never played a team sport. I think it's the same for both of them also, and probably a lot of girls on the team. It's different than any other sport, and yeah, it's exciting. Well, like I said, we saw a bout in February at Southern Illinois, and it was awesome, and we all were like, well, we need to do this. So we just came home and kept talking about it and decided to start a Facebook page, and we said, okay, well, we'll see if there's interest. And there was so much interest that, like, toward the end of the month, might have been the beginning of March, we just had a meeting and probably had about 15 girls, maybe 15, possibly more at my house. And after that, we were like, well, we have to do this. There's too much interest. And just started trying to find a location, and we've had so much help from Southern Illinois, there's no way that we could have done this without them. We've been practicing 1 to 2 times a week. It's been kind of a challenge because we have to work with the arena building schedule, so we're always looking for a secondary facility. We practice, we run drills. Several of the girls will go to Southern Illinois to learn from them because, you know, they've been around longer than we have. And just practice. I mean, practice and get sweaty. Yeah. Personally, just pushing yourself farther than you think you can. I mean, it hurts. I mean, it's painful, especially when you're out of shape. Just getting in shape and getting to that point. You know, if it doesn't hurt when you start, you're probably doing it wrong. Because you're using muscles you never used before. So that aspect has been a challenge for me. Getting the whole thing moving is just getting past the stigma that it's all girls fighting in their underpants. But once you see a real game, it's totally different when you see a crowd and like just the fact that they're really playing. It's pretty impressive.
For more information on the Cape Girardeau Roller Girls, please visit CapeGirardeauRollerGirls.com today.
Each month, we will take this journey where there are many places to go. There are many interesting people to meet, and so many new things to see. Join us again on River Tales.